Hey there, Eric from Teachers Talking Tech here, and I'm going to show you some of my favorite math tools and math apps that my kids use. So, a lot of people ask me, what kind of apps should I be using during math? And I can tell you, I prefer ones that are more about enhancing the learning experience rather than just drill and practice. Most of the apps that I see that are the most popular are just these kind of, drill and practice coins, drill and practice time. Those have their place, but I like a more open ecosystem where I can use them during teaching. My kids can use them for projects. They can use them as virtual manipulatives. And these are great for that. So all the apps right up here on top are all by a company called the Math Learning Center. And they are fantastic. And they're also free, which is great. One of the things I like about these, besides just being well-designed apps, is that they're all very similar in their layout. So once your kids learn how to use one of them, they kind of know how to use all of them, which is a great time saver. So let me give you an example. Let me open up Number Pieces. So Number Pieces is a base 10 app. I use this while I'm teaching. I have this on the board. Sometimes my kids are following along on their iPads. Other times, I'm just helping them with a math strategy. So you just drag these out there. Here's our hundreds, our tens, our ones, okay? Once you have those out there, you have some options. You can change their colors. So see how this has this blue ring around it? Once it's selected, I can change its color. If I want to change multiple ones at once, I can circle them with this lasso. See how they're both selected now? And change both of the colors at once. I can also pinch out. So if I want to add more of these, I can do that. Now, another thing I like to do with this is use the pen tool. So if my kids are telling me what number this is, right? Very easy to write right on here, which is a great feature. You might be working on addition or subtraction. You can tap right here, and it's an easy way to make a number model. Now, there's some other little cool features on here. This next one right here is a way for you to duplicate. So let's say you wanted your kids to put a ton of ones. Rather than having to drag them over one at a time, you just select one of them, tap on that duplicate button, and it will duplicate them nice and quickly for you. Okay. Another feature is this little turner. I don't know what this is. A turner. There you go. That's what it's called. But if you tap on this, it will turn the tens blocks for you. Pretty cool. All right. Then these over here are really neat. Whenever you're teaching base 10, a lot of times you need to teach trading, right? If you have more than 10 ones, you have to trade them for a tens. So how you do this is you circle those ones, and you can see this lit up. When I tap it, it'll automatically trade the tens for me and leave the leftover ones behind. Similarly, it would do that from tens to 100s. Now, if you're teaching subtraction, you have to teach how to break these apart. So I could tap on one of these tens, and then I could tap on the break it apart, and it will break it into 10 ones. Okay? Really simple, but such a powerful tool. And then right over here, the recycling, just boom, starts it over. And now you're back to square one. So when I open up another app, you're going to see that it's laid out very similarly. So here's coins. Now, the Money Pieces app, it will allow you to just pull out coins and manipulate them. But also, this is kind of cool. Right over here, you can change them to having base 10 behind them. So if you have kids who have a lot of trouble changing between coins to add them, this is a really handy little feature. It's also great for when you're trading because you can have nickels and the kids can see how 2 nickels equal a dime. Similar fashion to the other ones. If you want to show trading, you can circle to these nickels, tap right down here, and it'll say, hey, what do you want to trade them for? A dime, and it will automatically trade them. So really handy there. It has other little things like you can flip the coin over and see the tails side on them. But you can see most of the other things look about the same. With all these apps, you can play with them. You will get to know them really quickly, and so will your kids, which is one of the things I love about them. Now, another thing we do with these apps is if I had my kids working on counting coins, I may have them put all these coins out here, and then they could either use the pen tool or they could just screenshot this. And once they've done that, they can put it into Seesaw or another app, and they can record their thinking. So now you've got a great app smashing opportunity where your kids can really explain how they got their answer, and you can hear as the teacher like, oh boy, they are thinking that dimes are nickels or whatever. So it's a great little formative assessment tool as well. All right, so that's the Math Learning Center apps. I love all these. They're so great. Any teacher who's had to get out a million pattern blocks and clean them up, or base 10 blocks, these are just so great, even just for that, for having virtual manipulatives. So SchoolKit Math is another free app. And instead of having different apps, it kind of has them all in one place. So you have 10 apps right here on your kind of home screen, and you get to choose what your favorite apps are. So if you click on all tools, there are actually a ton of different tools in here that you can choose from, but you get to favorite your 10 that you want to have on your home screen. Okay? When I want to get back to that, I just tap on the heart. It'll take me back to those favorites. And these are just so handy. I can tap on clocks, and hey, I have a clock that's I can manipulate, and I can draw on it if I need to. This, again, is so great. As I'm walking around the classroom, I have my iPad mirroring on the board or on one of my TV screens, and my kids can be anywhere in the room, follow along with what I'm doing. Okay? Here's another one, bar graph. It's just an open bar graph. You can tap on these and put in values, names, whatever you want. You can change the colors. So it's so open-ended, you could use this for any math lesson. And I really like that. Like I said, I like my math tools to be really usable and enhance any situation, not just for one specific tool. Okay? So again, these are the Math Learning Center apps. All these are fantastic. SchoolKit Math is great too. Don't forget, when your kids use these, you can always screenshot. You can app smash into Seesaw or other apps that you might use where your kids can record their voice and explain their thinking. All right, well, this is Eric from Teachers Talking Tech. If you have questions about any of these, you can leave them in the comments below, and I will be as quick as I can to answer them. Thanks for the listen and the watch.